Hi.
Hi. How's it going,
Welcome to
brunch
the
lady?
brunch, ladies. I'm
It's
sorry.
Sunday brunch, ladies.
Yeah, you look like you're ready for a brunch. Do you have a tropical drink there?
So I do. So I've decided today is such a gorgeous day that I needed to film outside. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping that it's not too difficult for you guys to A, hear me, B, be distracted by my feathered friends that like to tweet around me at times because they're my friends. Um, and there may be an occasional airplane that flies over because we do live near a an airport, and we are a in line with their, I want to say, secondary runway, but it's really their third dairy runway.
Tertiary.
Yes.
Tertiary. There you go.
So there may be, I mean, there could be a plane flying over. It may happen, but I just couldn't be indoors today. So I'm out here. My husband's over here, actually, as we speak, gardening right here, planting, working on a new flower bed. And the neighbors I hear on the deck over there, they're out enjoying their deck. So if you hear any of that, I'm sorry,
I love that you keep it real. I love that
but
you
it's
keep it
real.
real.
I have a tropical drink today made by my bartender, Nicholas, and inspired by our trip to the local farmer's market yesterday, where we bought these beautiful strawberries.
They are gorgeous.
They are so yummy.
It has to be just strawberry season there right now, right? It has to be the peak of
Yeah,
strawberry season.
yeah,
It'll be us in like a week or two here, but
yeah. So
they
it's
look.
prime right now, and the market was filled with them, and it smelled so good. Ugh, it just smelled like strawberries. You know, they have everything in the market, but you could smell those strawberries, and oh gosh, were they yummy.
I
So,
am really jealous of that drink. I have my Bloody Mary, which came out really, really good.
mm.
It was a little sloppy because I was in a hurry, but it's absolutely delicious and super spicy. I was feeling very spicy today.
And I want to add, Spicy Mama, the reason why you were in a hurry is because I don't know if we tell everybody this, but we have our weekly meeting Sunday mornings.
Yep.
So even though I don't work on weekends, that's an ongoing joke with us. Molly doesn't work weekends, but she really does. Sorry, I got to put this hair up. Um, I don't know how that looks, but y'all love me anyway.
You're good.
Um, but we have our weekly meetings on Sunday mornings. So when we are really brainstorming and going, and we did a lot of that today, got a lot coming up.
Oh my gosh, we have so many fun things coming your
So
way.
many fun things coming your
Hmm.
way. And so when we get going, and all of a sudden we look at the clock, and like my hair's wet up in a clip, I got no makeup on, and Libby's like, hair all wet, and all of a sudden we're like, we got to go live. So
We're going live
when
in
we're
like
running
10
late,
minutes.
when
Let
we're
me
running
throw my
late,
Bloody Mary together, which of course takes precedence over my hair or makeup. 100%.
100%, 100%. So when we're rushing like that and we come into you like this, it's because there are great things happening for you in the future.
Hmm.
I just want them to have the full.
I know. I'm just so I'm just very excited. Probably the there's so many new things. I don't know. I
Are
don't
we?
even know what to talk about. Last week we mentioned that we're going to start doing Insta resale therapy. So right now, every week, and you can see in the show notes and everything, you'll see we do resale therapy, which is a live sale on Facebook every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's right now it's just on Facebook.
And if y'all haven't heard us say this before, and I know you have, it is so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
We really enjoy it. We really enjoy it. I think our customers enjoy it. The whole idea behind it is from the storefront. We used to have a couch, and we used to joke because people would, when we had the couch next to the register, it was a couch for sale. People would come in and they would sit on it. It would kind of be like therapy hour, and we would joke and say, there's our therapy couch. But it really was like a therapy couch, wasn't
It
it?
was. We solved so many world problems
Mm-hmm.
with that couch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I mean, we were known to sit on it from time to time and get a little therapy ourselves.
absolutely.
It wasn't one way. It
I'm
wasn't
not,
one
y'all.
way.
We actually had some after hour happy hours on those couches.
We did. We did. Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
Uh-huh.
And so now we bring it, what would you say, virtually on Thursday nights, and we just show off some incoming inventory, some just in items before we list it out to the rest of the world. Our Conshy family gets first dibs on those items at a low price before we list them on our website, and they get shopped by
Free shipping,
the rest
low
of the
price
world.
and free shipping.
Yeah, and the shipping's on us because we enjoy it so much.
Yes. So I have to tell you, one of the things that I really love, hold on, my husband's hammering. One of the things that I really love about what's going on Resale Therapy is the relationships that are building between our customers and our family members that are watching.
Mm-hmm.
And there are many that have never met face to face, yet they now have built these little resale therapy relationships where, they come in and like, oh, hi, Paula. Hi, Nick. Hi, Jane,
Mm-hmm.
and they're starting their own little inside jokes. And I just think it's so much fun. So much fun.
It is. It definitely was the missing piece there. And
Yeah.
Now we're going to bring it to Instagram. It's going to look a little different. There's going to be all different items on Insta. It is going to be a live sale. And I think it's going to be different, totally different items. And we're going to do that. So we do Resale Therapy Live on Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Insta Resale Therapy is going to be at 8 a.m. 8 p.m. I'm sorry, immediately following the Facebook Live.
We're going to jump from one live right into
the next.
Because we're crazy like
that. So we're going to keep our energy up, and don't contact us on Friday mornings because we're going to have therapy hangovers. No, just kidding. We can handle it. We got this. We got this.
Actually, don't contact us on Friday mornings right away because we'll be shipping our pants off.
Yeah, we definitely will. Which we usually are anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But
Friday mornings are big shipping mornings. So
yeah. So why not add more with Insta sales?
Right. Why not?
Why not? What the heck? Oh, so something really, really sweet happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So she's actually a co-owner of another business we have, which is Consignment Chats, which is a community for other consignment sellers. And one of our partners, Tiffany, she comes to our resale therapy at Conshy Consignment, and we have a lot of fun with that. And she's Tiffany of Tiffany's Treasures and Trinkets. So she has her own consignment business, and we love to shop with her. But anyway, so we're on resale therapy, and it's pretty much whoever comments sold first gets the item, right? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a rush kind of like a reverse auction or something. So whoever comments sold, and there was a shirt that Tiffany and I both had wanted, and she got it first, or I think maybe her mom did. I don't know, but whatever, she got it first, and I was like, oh, that's a bummer, but I was happy she had it. So yesterday in the mail, what did I get? She sent me the shirt.
So sweet, so thoughtful.
Which might be confusing, actually, now that I'm saying it, because Molly's in North Carolina. I'm in Pennsylvania. So this was one of Molly's items that I wanted to buy.
Yes. So
we absolutely are each other's best customers.
Yes. So I had the item that I did at Resale Therapy.
Yeah.
And Libby was going to get it. And Tiffany's mom grabbed it for Tiffany's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Tiffany got it, she didn't like the specific way that it fit. And so I actually knew Libby was getting this surprise. And I had to keep my mouth shut for the last week and a half. But, the next day, Libby was like, oh, I missed that shirt. I really wanted it. And I'm like, mm-hmm. So
I was just so thrilled. It was just so nice to receive a package in the mail of something I had wanted. And it was a surprise. Because I'm so used to shipping out, like I forget what that feels like to get a package because I'm the one always packaging and shipping.
Well, and if it came from Tiffany, chances are it came beautifully wrapped and packaged.
I was just going to say that. It had a beautiful bow on it, which of course I'm going to recycle to some of my customers. Just beautifully wrapped. It was just such a nice experience to open that. It was just so lovely.
Y'all, if you ever shop Tiffany's business, she is known for her packaging and wrapping.
Mm-hmm.
You will feel like you are opening a birthday present, whether it's your birthday or not.
Yeah.
So just a little FYI if you
It
check her
did
out.
feel like that. It did
Yeah.
feel like that. Yeah. It felt like my birthday. Actually, it was
I
better
love
than my birthday
because you weren't expecting anything at all.
because I wasn't expecting anything.
I
Yeah.
love that. Y'all, well, hey, sweet birdie.
I love the sound of the birds in the background. It's so relaxing.
When I tell you they're our friends, they are our friends. We
Well,
are
you take
into
good
our.
care of them. You
We
take
do.
good care of them. Yes.
We are into our backyard animals. We call them our backyardigans.
Aw.
We have chipmunks and squirrels and bunnies and a ton of different birds, and we just love them all. Nick, did you hear Nick back there? We don't love the bunnies, he says. Nick has a love-hate relationship with the bunnies because they do eat some of our flowers.
I was going to say they can be pretty destructive. We have a lot of bunnies in our yard too.
But I do love the bunnies. They're so cute. They're so cute. So
I mean, mine are bigger than my Chihuahua. So
oh yeah, we've got
big.
one that's really big that I watched from the window the other day, sitting up on our hillside, rubbing its little tummy and cleaning its belly, and it reminded me of the old Peter Cottontail stories, because it was a hare, not a rabbit. It wasn't a little bunny.
Yeah. Yeah, my little man, my Chihuahua, went like running out into the yard after one the other day, and I was like, "Oh, honey, back it up because that rabbit will eat you alive."
Right.
That rabbit will take you down.
Oh, that's funny. Too funny. So what other good stuff can we tell our friends?
So this week I had a little bit of an honor, I'll call it. I was one of the guest experts on Kathy Terrell's channel. I Love to Be Selling. And she had five including herself, top eBay experts. And we talked about selling and, how long we've been on the platform and things like that. So that's up
awesome.
on YouTube and podcasts. And I was just really excited to put that information out there. I was honored that she, asked me to speak about eBay because, I kind of forget, like, because I've been doing this so long and we've had so many sales, and just I forget that there are those people out there learning that would consider us experts in that field.
Oh, absolutely.
It's something I don't think of myself. I don't think of us really like that, but you are. We kind of are.
Definite expert, my friend. Definite.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's wonderful.
I loved it.
Share your knowledge.
Yes, you can check that out. Maybe I'll link that up in the show notes as well.
Oh, that would be good.
If you're interested. Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah. And then, yesterday, you know this already, Molly, but I'm going to tell our friends out there. Polly, who you'll hear us mention a lot. One of my friends who also does some consignment for Conshy Consignment. She's teaching school right now. So she's, otherwise occupied. You'll probably hear her on the podcast over the summer.
She'll come over the summer. She's part of our hashtag Conshy crew.
Yeah. So she came up to my house yesterday. Of course, she had her van loaded down with consignments because she's not able to process them right now. So she filled up her van. She brought me a bunch of consignments, which I'm super excited about. Some really cool items. I peeked through them, but
oh my gosh,
I got to finish the people I have now lined up, and then we'll get to those. But it's hard not to take a little sneak peek in there.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd be all in them.
And she convinced me to take a little bit of a break from work. And what did we do? What's our version of a break?
A break from work
to a local consignment store. My
working.
favorite. Yeah. My favorite local consignment store, which it's called Snyder's Second Chances, but everybody around me calls it the Barn. And shopped. We only had like half an hour because they were closing. Oof. But they did stay open a little bit later for us, and I felt really bad. But
they were probably having fun with y'all though.
Yeah, they're just so nice. And oh my gosh, it was just such a good I found 3. You know how I sold the hutch? I know you guys have been with me on this journey. My beautiful hutch in my dining room that sold.
Used to be your backdrop.
Used to be my backdrop. So I haven't really found one to replace it. They had three. They had three that I could use to replace that one. Now they're not as storybook cute as that one, the one I had was, but they're still beautiful pieces.
So did you pick one?
No, I didn't pick one yet. I didn't have room in my truck yesterday anyway, so I have to go back this week and load it up and pick one. Maybe I'll send you some pictures, Molly, but stay tuned.
Because I want the whole process again. I want you the whole process of getting it to, you need to document all that to the refabbing of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it's also I remember a couple months ago, well, it'll be a year ago now, but I was redoing my dining room. We put up some salvaged windows from my great grandparents' house, and I was painting beneath the chair rail, and I had taken a vote on our Conshy Consignment Facebook page about what color people thought, and I still haven't painted it. A year later, I still haven't painted it. Have the color picked out, so I think that's going to be, I think I should do that before I put the, hutch back up against that wall.
Right.
So you guys are going to see a lot of cool photos coming your way of the redo.
Love
I
it.
really like it, but yeah.
Love it.
It'll be fun. And I did pick up a couple other fun things.
What?
All right. I don't know what to start with. All right. You know what? I'm going to start with this, which is kind of silly, right? So at this consignment store, they have, when you walk in the door, they have a couple bins of free items, right? Things they couldn't take on consignment or whatever. Maybe they're expired. I don't know. So I challenge myself every time I go in to rescue one thing out of the free bin and sell it.
I love that.
Yeah. So I rescue one item, whatever. And I usually research it, put it up. Sometimes I get, most of the time I've had winners from the free bin and, nothing left. But this time it was really slim pickings in that free bin. But this is what I ended up with. And I don't know if you guys recognize this stuff. The little vintage, little Tykes playthings that you put in your grocery cart. So I have the little milk. This is probably my one. Oh, wait. I thought this was a fish. Wait, I don't think this was supposed to be in the grocery cart. It's a beaver. This is a cute little fish. Oh, my gosh. We got like a little popsicle.
That is so cute.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I didn't look them up to see if they'll sell. I'm sure they will, right? They're so retro.
Oh gosh, yes.
Celery.
They're so cute.
And I remember playing with these when I was a kid. So, here's the fish. It has the word fish on it. So, you double the learning.
Double the learning.
Yeah. So that's what I rescued from the free bin yesterday.
Love it.
And then I did a little shopping too. All right, Molly, I know we disagree about these items, but for some reason, I love this kitschy mid-century. It's kitschy. All I can say is they're kind of a little bit tacky, a little bit fun. I have one other one in inventory. It's just a plastic tree topper that lights up. It's an angel holding two candles. I mean, you guys think she's ugly or she's cool?
I think she's cute.
Really cool. Yeah. So I love these mid-century kitschy kind of decorations. So I couldn't pass her up. I couldn't leave her there.
All right,
but I'm going to sell her because I already have a tree topper. And then I did get something for myself, which is an old Samsonite travel train case.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And it's beautiful. It has like a Bakelite tray on the inside. And I think I'm going to keep all my supplies for photographing jewelry in there, like my close-up lens for my phone and, extra earring bat, all those little odds and ends.
Love it.
Change that whatever you use for jewelry photography.
Good idea.
I know. And it's my color. It's green. I love it.
Yeah. It's your color, girl.
Yeah. So it was really good, fun shopping trip.
Awesome.
from Not a Shopper. I am not
From
a shopper,
not
but
a shopper.
yesterday I was. And Polly got some really cool things too.
Oh, I wish you
Oh,
were here
wait,
to share.
and we had store credit. So we didn't even have to spend a dime. We used all our
What?
store credit. Yes.
What?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
now that is
It's a
definitely
beautiful
my
thing.
kind of shopping. My
It's a
kind of
beautiful
shopping.
thing. They're always like, can we cash you out? I'm like, nope, just leave it. I'm spending it all here.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, I know. We have those shoppers that just love their store credit.
Listen,
You
I
being
love
one
my
of
store
them.
credit. Yes, I was about to say, if I got store credit, I'm one happy girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we have quite a few people that use, like to use their store credit and don't, cash out or
Except
sometimes
when
cash
your
out.
friends, when you used to be in the storefront, your friends would call out your store credit when your husband's in there.
That was so funny.
Yeah,
So
when they
funny.
were there without me going to shop, and Polly says, "Do you want to use the store credit?"
Molly's like, you never mentioned store credit to my significant other. That's
That is like
mine.
such a no-no. No, that's my hidden stash. It's my
Oh,
hidden
God.
stash. We don't tell him about store credit. No.
Oh, God, that was classic. That was classic. Lessons learned.
There's
Lessons
an,
learned, right?
can y'all hear that airplane? Can you hear that? The
Not
plane,
really.
the plane.
No, I
Okay.
can't really hear it. Can't
All
really hear
right,
it.
good. I was
Yeah.
worried about the other noises when I'm out here, but I'm glad you can hear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff.
All I can hear is
So,
those little birdies.
so do we tell about the upcoming adventure, or do we save that?
No, I think we can tell. We haven't named it yet, so maybe we'll get some good suggestions.
That's a good idea.
Mhm.
So, so y'all, I'm so like excited. I'm excited. So, in a couple of weeks, I am going to take a trip to Miami. And it's not on a plane and it's not on a train, but it is a road trip with my cousin, Poppy, who her Aunt Judy passed away this past year, sadly. But Aunt Judy has a place in Miami, and she was a collector of many things. So Poppy has asked me, as Molly of Conshy Consignment and family member support, if I would Thelma and Louise it with her down to Miami in an SUV to go through Aunt Judy's items and determine what might be good for Conshy Consignment.
I'm going to be following along virtually, as will you guys. We're going to do our best to record segments of the trip and show you what's coming in on our resale therapy first before the rest of the world knows.
Before the rest of the world gets their eyes on it. So we're going to document this fun journey of two girls taking Miami. So
Yeah, we need a name. We need a name for this segment because this probably isn't going to be the only time we go on the road, because we are. I mean, it happens sometimes with family, sometimes with a friend, where we're asked to go on location and look through an estate or something like that. So it's probably going to be the first of a couple journeys we're going to take you on.
So we need a name for it, and we're going to document it, and it is going to be fun, and there might even be some other item sourcing along the way, just because I find that to be a lot of fun, to find other treasures to give our Conshy family an opportunity to have. And not many of us get to head down to Miami for shopping, so I might try to find some other treasures while down there to put out for our Conshy family.
I wonder what research rabbit hole you're going to fall down.
That's what I'm curious too.
You never know.
I'm not 100% sure all of what Aunt Judy collected. I do know bells was one of them, but apparently there's a lot of stuff to go through.
Oh, it's going to be really, really interesting.
Yeah. So I'll be calling Lydia.
Oh, yeah.
You learned what?
So I fell down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Fortunately, it wasn't a very far trip because the research was pretty easy to do. but I had never heard of a butterbell. Do you know what a butterbell is?
No.
So I didn't know either. Polly knew when I told her about it yesterday. She knew what it was. Of course she did, right? She's a baker. So it's, let's see, I don't have it right here. I did. It's a way to store butter, like on your counter. Like if you store your butter on your counter.
Oh, the crock that I know.
Yeah, and it flips upside down. You can put water in it to keep it cool. Like if your house is warmer in the summer, it melts, and it's just you put one stick of butter in, half cup, and it keeps on the counter. Which we keep our butter on the counter anyway, but it'll keep it a little cooler in the summer, and it's just really. I've like back and forth. The only problem with the one that we have in stock, which I'll link up, is it's red, and my kitchen has no red in it. So I think
well,
that
they
might
say
bother
every
me.
room should have a pop of red.
Who says that?
I'll find it somewhere. They say that.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe
They
I
say
don't
that.
know. Maybe I'll end up buying it then.
You need a pop of red in every room.
Yeah, but I'd never heard of it. But they were invented. They're a French item. They were invented in France before the ice box and refrigerator and things like that. And that's how people kept their butter. So
Gotcha.
yeah, they did a segment on it on is it Good Eats, the show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Good Eats. I think he did a segment on butterbells and where they're manufactured, like how all the history of butterbells. So it was a very short research trip for me because he did all the work, and I just clicked watch and watched the YouTube video.
Wow,
But
that's really cool.
yeah, I thought so. I was
Really,
a little
really
fascinated by it. So yeah, what was the last thing you found that you were researching that you were surprised by?
I'm trying to think. I know some of the things most recently that I've been fascinated with because I've gotten a lot of jewelry in is recognizing stamps I didn't know about, like getting a necklace in that I was like, oh, this is, a nice necklace. And then finding out that it's a company that's a really nice necklace, and you don't know that it even existed. So that's always fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
Happens with the lot of costume jewelry I get in. I think I had it on here a couple weeks ago. It was a Kramer New York brooch, and I had never heard of Kramer New York, and it was a quite valuable brooch, costume jewelry.
Yeah, I have a couple here that I'd not heard of before, but they're just beautiful. That I actually, some of them I just listed this morning. One of them I thought of you. It's Suem, S-U-E-M, Suem, S-U-E-M, I think.
I never heard that.
S-U-E-M. I had neither, and there are a couple online, and they're beautiful. But this one is like a lariat style that is that dark, I want to say almost gunmetal, pewter gray, but it's a chrome finish. It's not a matte finish, but it's a thin chain that comes down and meets with a little circle. I should have brought it out here. I didn't know I'd be talking about it. But it's in our eBay store. So it's a little circle with like orangey brown rhinestones, and then the two come down. It almost reminds me of the old bolos. Yeah. Remember the bolos? Has kind of that bolo feel, but it's glitzy and glammy. And it looks like two teardrops, but it reminds me of peacock feathers. But they teardrop down with small encrusted orange rhinestones, and then one kind of bigger oval at the bottom. It's so pretty. So it made me think of you when I was listing it. I was like, this just makes me think of Libby.
So do you think it's vintage, or do you think it's a more contemporary piece?
I think it's more recent. I don't think it's vintage, but the only two I found listed still kind of have that vintagey look. But the fact that when you look at the metal, it just looks like a more recent metal. That kind of, and that's what makes me think it's more recent. So I've got a little more research to do on it, but it's fun. I love research and learning.
Did you ever read the book Blink?
No.
Oh, so it's all about, how our first judgments are usually right. Like that first instinct you have is usually right. about things, like when you, like how an art collector can tell immediately by looking at something if it's old or new, right? Or if it's a reproduction, or if there's this, sense that you develop over time. And I think probably you're right about that. It was an interesting book, but I can see, like, after you've done something so many times, you get like this instinct about something. And we always do our research regardless of what our first instinct
Absolutely.
is. But
I have that if I go sourcing somewhere and I'm,
yeah.
if I go into a store, I can immediately tell, what quality brand kind of fabrics just by seeing the fabric.
Yeah.
I get that. Totally get that.
It was a cool book. It was a very cool
Well,
book.
I'm going to have to add that to my reading list, it sounds.
Well, it sounds like with all your road trips, you might want to get it on. I listened to it on audiobook the summer I was moving, and in the car, just.
That's not a bad idea. Poppy and I could listen to it on the way to Miami.
Yeah, and they talked about poker, that Annie, why is her name escaping me? Whatever, the famous woman poker player, Annie. And, her history and learning to play poker. It's just, I recommend it. It was really interesting. Liked it a lot.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You have to link that book up on this show so that I can find it and remember.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
link it on.
And I'm in the process of, I read Atomic Habits once.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get I like an overview. Like we always say, like, I'm a big picture kind of person. Like, I read it fairly quickly the first time, so I'm going to go back and I'll update you guys. I'm going to read it the second time and actually a little more slowly and implement, now that I know the whole big picture. I'm going to implement some of the things in Atomic Habits. And
awesome.
Yeah, so if you guys have time, maybe that one too. It was a really good one. We can talk about it.
I think there's a big bee coming around me. Oh no, it's a dragonfly. Sorry.
Oh, love dragonflies. Very cool.
Dragonfly.
Yeah. So I'm going to link up Atomic Habits if anybody wants to read along with us.
Good.
I'm going to link that up too, because Polly and I were chatting about it last night, and she definitely has some interesting. We both referenced the same part of it, and it was all about.
Really?
Yeah. And there's a lot. Like, there's a lot in it. It's an easy read, but it's packed. They talked about action, like, you can research, but nothing happens until you take action. Like, you need to take that step. And a lot of people get caught in that, like, research loop, which we do because, it's part of our job. And when we have other people's items we're researching, we take that very, very seriously. Right.
You want to do right by them and the quality and the pricing of their item. But there is such a huge rabbit hole you can go down.
Yeah. And you'll come with us, on those journeys occasionally as we research some crazy stuff.
Yes. And I go back, Libby, to what you were just saying about that blink thing. Sometimes, too, you do a little bit of research and you just, as an experienced reseller, sometimes after your initial research, instead of going too far down a rabbit hole, you just have to go with your gut instinct,
know? Yeah.
And go that route versus, how long to spend, because you can really go deep into a rabbit hole.
Yeah. And one of the cool things we do is auctions, right? Let's say we get a piece of, I'm going to use pottery as an example, because this, happened to me recently. You get a piece of pottery and you can't really identify the stamp, or the piece I had, I did identify the stamp and the artist, but there was nothing like it out there. Like, I couldn't even invent a price for this. Like, it was just, there was nothing out there. It was probably like a one of a kind piece. So one of the cool things we do is we put stuff like that on auction. So what happens when you auction it is those collectors find it and they will, bid it up to the right price. And so that's always an interesting way to do one of a kind items, where you don't have to, where you just can't, like, there's nothing out there that exists like it. It's really
right.
It's really fun. And it's fun. Auctions are fun. We don't do them that often.
But we love it when we do.
We love it when we do. And it
It's
usually is some pretty special pieces when we do an auction. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I think I'm ready to go start my day. You look like you're going to do some sunbathing first.
It's so nice. It's
Yeah.
so nice. I just am
Mm.
looking at my yard going, oh, it's so pretty.
Well,
But
I'm glad. I'm
I need
glad.
to
It
be
looks like you can
productive.
enjoy it. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day here. No rain until tomorrow. So I'm gonna get outside and do some outside stuff.
We got to go back to the market. So
Ooh.
I might have to grab some more strawberries, but we need to go. We're planting a couple of hydrangeas here. And Nick, as we speak, is working on creating a whole new flower bed on the side of our house. So we need a few more plants for this bed. So we have to run back to the market today.
Oh, yeah, our farmers market is closed Sundays.
Ah, ours is big on the weekends, which is funny because usually down south, being in the
Yeah, I
Bible
would think
Belt,
it would be the opposite.
everything's closed on Sundays, but not the farmers market. No, no, no.
Yeah. All right.
Listen,
Well,
now there's a big
yeah,
jet taking off. That was perfect timing right at the ending. I can hear the
I
big
can hear
jet.
it. Yeah, I can hear it now.
That's on the farther runway. That's the big ones. That's the big people.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We have the big FedEx hub right here. So they have
No
their.
wonder why your shipments always get to me so quickly.
I can walk them over to the FedEx hub.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
All right, my friends. Well, this was fun.
Very fun. Very
It was
fun.
nice to be in my backyard with my feathered friends.
Yeah, I liked being able to enjoy it with you. That was
and
really
online
nice.
with my favorite friends.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. And Molly's going to be on location next week.
I'll be on location. We're going
Yeah.
on vacation next week. So you're
Stay
going to have two
tuned.
things to look forward to. You're either going to get an A or a B. You're going to get Molly on location, on vacation, live, or you're going to get B, some special guest that Libby brings in if I can't get good service for going live.
A last minute guest. Oh my
A
God.
last minute guest. So you want to come back next week because you're going to find out either A, where I've gone on vacation, or B, a special guest appearance.
All right. Sounds good. No pressure.
No pressure.
All right. Bye.
Bye.